I enjoyed that last night.
And we are live. Hello,
Ooh.
everybody. And Nancy's full of the yawns.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hey.
Hello, everybody. It's another Monday. Hope everyone is having a wonderful start to their week. And Nancy, I hope you had a nice weekend. Nancy read with Scott last night. And if y'all didn't see it, she had these cute little branches, like a little headband with branches and little
Spring has
butterflies.
sprung in the mountains.
Yes, it's going to be sprung. So we'll give it here a few minutes for people to pop in. And those watching on playback, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you taking your time out to do that. And so it doesn't really, well, it started to kind of feel like spring here, but it started out at 52 degrees this morning, and now it's down into the mid 40s. So, but hello, Justine, State of Grace. Nancy, I don't know if you've met State of Grace yet, Tarot, but this is Justine.
Hello.
I met her through Selena and Rochelle and Miss Kulala, Carla's channel.
Oh.
So good to see you, Justine. I did have my little name of, yeah, there's my name list of names. It's right over there across the table. I can't reach it, but that's okay. Thank you for being here. And Inner Knowing. Hello. Hello, lovely loves everyone. And Hannah, Guten Abend, Hannah. Really quick, Mazi, your sweetheart is here. Hannah, would you like to come see her? So you heard me call him Hannah. We'll see if he comes, honey. Hannah absolutely loves Mazi. So,
do you know that I have a mug and it has all the different names of Nancy?
Yeah.
And Hannah is one of them. Or well, vice versa.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She's like, yes. Where's the kitty? So we'll see if he pops in. And we have the lovely Lexi.
Hello,
Sexy Lexi, luscious Lexi. So hello, lovely. Thank you for being here. And says here we've got 7 watching total. So like I said, it's almost spring. We just had Ostara. And that was around the time of the spring equinox. And it's the pagan holiday Ostara, which was named after one of the goddesses that we are going to talk about today. And Hannah says, please show my sweet crush to me. Let me mute myself for a second, Hannah.
She's telling that cat what for to get over there to her.
Okay, I had to mute that, so I just did call him, Lexi. We'll see if he comes or not. So Ostara is going to be the first goddess, or Eostre, or Ostara, or Eostre. Oh! I hear the door. Oh, he's coming in. Oh, I gotta call him. For heaven's sake.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Well, cats do what cats want to do.
He came in and then he turned around, went right back out again. So, all righty. It's okay. He'll come in when he's ready. So, all righty. I have to take a quick message. Nancy, you want to talk with people? I have to share this message with Shannon. It's important with the move.
Okay.
So, hold on.
Well, what are we going to talk about? Let's see. Yeah, he's very camera shy. Not usually. But cats only do what they want to do. They don't do what you want them to do. I think Lexi can attest to that with her Miss Ma'am. I would like you all to lift my granddaughter up, my granddaughter Freya. She is 9 years old and she is in surgery having her appendix removed at this very moment. So I would appreciate positive thoughts for my sweet granddaughter.
Yeah, much love to Freya.
Yes.
So,
Bless her heart.
okay, let me set this aside here. So we just found out that someone's going to be dropping off some boxes for us.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Eostre, also there's all different kind of pronunciations. It's like going down, and no pun intended, a rabbit's hole, because rabbit is associated with with well, her name's pronounced Eostre, Eostre. I've heard Ostra and Ostara, which is where we get Ostara for the pagan holiday of springtime. You know, the vernal equinox, and she is from. Well, actually, Ostara is considered Old High German. So Hannah, I'm sure you've heard of her, because she is a Germanic goddess of springtime, fertility, and new beginnings. And oh, look who we have here. Come here. All right. There we go. There we go. All righty. There you go, Hannah.
Yes.
Hannah wanted to see her boo. So we're going to talk about Eostre, okay? You're going to be a good boy and do that with me? So.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you for all the prayers. So, alrighty, she is the goddess of spring and dawn. And hello, Mr. Sandy Black. Thank you for being here. Her name is derived from the old Germanic word for east, symbolizing the rising sun. So, Eostre, Ostre. Hares are sacred to her as well. Eggs, and the eggs are a symbol of fertility. She was also worshipped by Anglo-Saxons and Celtic people. Some scholars claim she's a hypostasis of Freya. How interesting. Which is Old Norse Vanir deity.
Yeah.
Daffodils, hyacinths, azaleas, tulips, and lilacs are also associated with her as well. And in this book that I recently received from Selena, the goddess stories to go with the goddess oracle, pretty artwork here. So let me go ahead and just show that piece of artwork with everybody. Very lovely. So there she is with her rabbits. And the rabbits and hares, of course, because we know that they say, you know, rabbits like to do it a lot. Let's put it nicely. So they were automatically a symbol, you know, for fertility. And when Christianity took over, certain places would have the rabbit at the feet of Mary to show the controlled morality of, you know, of the sexuality of the rabbit and reproducing and all that. So, but there's a little story if people would like to hear. And hello, Selena. I was just showing your book and going to use that for Eostre. Or I've heard some people pronounce even like the word oyster, kind of like that sounding too. But of course, we all know Eostre or Eostre was taken over by the Christian faith and turned into Easter. So it is they also took the rebirth. So they want to connect again Christianity to the pagan ways to convert people. So because of her association with dawn and with rebirth, of course, that coincides with the story of Christ rising at dawn from, you know, from the death and being reborn. So Mazi and I are going to read a little story here. Her themes are new beginnings, growth, hope, and the cycles of life. And it's called The Songbird and the Hare. And it says here, a long, long time ago, when the ancient forests covered the earth and the seas merged into one, there lived a beautiful goddess called Eostre. Her smile was like a warm spring day, and she sprinkled her laughter like the first drops of dew upon the meadows. When she walked, it was with such lightness that her delicate footsteps caused wildflowers to bloom whenever they touched the ground.
Hmm.
Clothed in the colors of the season, she would blend in with her surroundings, making it difficult for you to spot her. But she was always there, in among the bluebells and the tall trees. Her grass green skirts would swish like a gentle breeze as she moved, for she loved nothing more than to watch nature unfold. To her, each day was an opportunity to start again and enjoy a new beginning. She recognized the cycles of life and knew there was a time for everything. Just as the spring would herald her arrival, it would eventually blend into summer, and she would fade away. Then come fall with its brisk winds and golden glow, swiftly followed by the starker, harsher months of winter. Each phase held potential and would roll on to the next. It was a never ending circle which the goddess took to her heart. For her part, she enjoyed spring the most, and not just because it was her time to reign supreme. She felt it was the season with the most potential for new growth. She felt it was, oh, okay, it was the season with for new growth, excuse me. She could see it all around her, the buds unfurling, peeking their tiny heads toward the sky to steal a glimpse of the sunlight. They were tiny nuggets with colorful secrets inside. She watched the grass growing straight and true, and the trees with their first coat of leaves. Spring, for her, was a hint of what was to come, and she found it all so exciting. And let's see, this is longer. Yep, we got a little bit more here. So when she spied a poor frozen songbird beneath a giant oak, it weighed heavy on her heart. This was not a time for death, but a time to be reborn. She had been trailing through the woods as she did every day, letting her fingers linger over bark and burr, skipping over the exposed roots as she made her way to the glade where the sun shone the brightest. The bird had stopped Eostre in her tracks, its tiny speckled form preserved by the ice that had come before. Its chest was still plump and brightly patterned, but there was no tender rise and fall, no movement at all. Crouching down, she brushed her finger over the damp feathers. "Oh, sweet bird, this is not what I wish for you," she whispered, for indeed she was the goddess of new life, of beginnings and not endings. She picked up the lifeless body and cradled it in her arms. While she could not bring it back to life, she could transform it. After all, that was what spring was about: transition, change, and a fresh start.
Hmm.
Little bird so lost in sleep, for your soul I wholly weep. A new beginning I bring to bear. Breathe again, but as a hair. Slowly, surely, a shimmering shifting occurred as she spoke the words. The tiny bird grew bigger and stronger. No longer cloaked in feathers, she wore fur, and her ears were long and pointy. Her eyes were still bird bright and clear, and her spirit shared qualities from both creatures. When the transformation was done, the hare sat before the goddess Eostre, and she spoke into her mind as most animals do. "Goddess, how can I ever thank you for giving me new life?" "You do not need to," Eostre replied. "It is my gift to you, little one." "Then I must give you a gift," the hare continued, "something special to mark the occasion and the time of year." The goddess watched as the hare that once been a bird and was still avian in part produced a selection of brightly colored, glistening eggs. She had
Hmm.
never seen anything as enchanting, and she whooped in delight at the sparkling offerings before her. "These are for you," said the hare. "They are oyster eggs, and they will forever be called by that name." The goddess smiled. "This is a fine gift, and I am grateful." And indeed she was, so much so that the tradition continued for many years and still does to this day, just as Oyster comes with the spring and plays among the tall trees and flowering meadows. Then, when the time is right, she passes on to the next season, and the cycle goes on. Every time she visits, she brings her eggs with her, a gift from the hare and a symbol of renewal.
Hmm.
There we go. Well, thank you for telling that story with me, Maz. Yeah, we got to get down now, okay? Say bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Alrighty. Oh, there you go. Meow. Okay, so Selena, I absolutely love this book. Um, there is another goddess, but I think I'm going to wait till next week to share her and her story
Okay.
because it's still
We
springtime and she's a goddess of spring. So
uh-huh.
I'm just going to set this book aside now and share her for next week. And that is the goddess Idun. She's Norse and she is also a goddess of spring. Um,
Ah.
and hi, David. I just looked down and saw Barf.
And
Love it,
Allison's
Kitty.
here too.
I see that.
And
So, oh my
Pam.
goodness. So
Yeah.
let me back up. So Sandy is here. Allison is here. Hey, girl. Hey. Making sure I didn't miss anybody else. Selena, the deck is sweet, but I have to say the production quality is not the best. I have to redo the corners. They are poorly cut. Oh, really, hon? You might have gotten a different deck. Maybe, Hannah, did you maybe get a counterfeit by accident? Because my corners are, perfectly rounded and um
Mine
yeah,
are too.
that's the Goddess Oracle deck.
Yeah.
Interesting. And Pamela Bachelor's. Hi, Pamela. It's been for a while. I absolutely love that horse face. That is so adorable. Love that. Lady Blind Wolf is here. Hello. I do remember someone mentioning your name, but I can't quite recall. So, welcome still. Nice to see you here. And some of mine are slightly sharp. Really? That's interesting. Mine are all rounded. I don't know, but maybe that's something that could be passed on to the publisher or to the
Yeah.
artist themselves. So other really quick of goddesses of springtime. Let me just pull up. We have Persephone. We'll be talking about said in. Okay, now Kristen told me to pronounce I as in the soft I, so as an imitation. So it's Idun, the Norse goddess of spring, and Flora, the Roman goddess of flowers and the spring. Here, let me shut that off. So Flora, the Roman goddess of flowers and the spring. I actually had a role as Flora in a Ostara ritual in Arizona before I left. I got to play the goddess Flora, and let's see, Sif, the goddess of fertility, Jord, who was the lover of Odin, mother of Thor. So I'll mention a few more of these next week, but I do have to keep really quick. And let me give the phone to Shan because our boxes should be arriving at any moment.
Oh,
And as I'm explaining that, there's Kristen. Hello, Kristen, and thank you for helping me with the pronunciation. We'll actually be talking about Idun next week for the Divine Feminine, seeing that I have a beautiful little story to go along with her card in the book that I received. So I'm just going to hand the phone over to Shan, and I will be right back. Take it away, Miss Nancy.
Well, here we are again, all alone. I am not prepared for today's show other than to do readings because I have just been busy all day, and then this whole thing with my granddaughter has sort of preoccupied everything. I had a wonderful chat with Pam Batchelor. We're both doing the HaloQuest, the Arthurian Tarot HaloQuest together, and we're both members of Don Michelle Bohotero's Weavers. I guess it's like a club or society or whatever. So that's what I've been doing with my day.
All righty. So let me get this here out of the way. And anything else you want to share about spring goddesses that you know offhand, Nancy? Or do you just want to go into maybe doing some readings? What would you like to do?
Well, I was explaining to them that I'm really not prepared with goddesses today because of just how my day has unfolded. But you know, I'm ready to do whatever you want to do, Heather.
Fellowship of the Weavers. I love the sound of that. That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love the word weavers. Just weaving colors and fibers and dream. I mean, it's just a beautiful um, analogy. And yes, Kristen has a very cool new name, Nine Worlds Intuitive Tarot. And I watched your video the other day.
That.
She's got new business cards that she was showing us. So I'm very excited for you, Kristen. Of course, this is the season for new beginnings, new growth.
Yes,
so
it is.
I think that is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
So, all righty then. Well, we might as well open up the floor for some readings then. Didn't quite feel like spring here today, but here and there I'm seeing, like the grass and the certain plants, the flowers starting to poke up through the grass.
We've had lots of rain here today, and I'm very thankful because we've got wildfires in the area. So I'm hoping that they were all put out. So,
well, that's
what my hopes are for today.
Okay, well, seeing that our goddess today was about new growth, new beginning. So for anyone who would like a divine feminine reading, or as we actually we can maybe mention, I have to maybe change that a little bit. We did adjust the name of the show. I felt like Nancy and I were starting to grow and kind of moving out of it, and so just in time for the new birthing season, the sacred feminine within. And I told Nancy, I love that because we do have the divine feminine within all of us. And we have a lot of other fellow chatters and readers who are masculine that embrace and love the divine feminine within themselves and those in creation. So I just thought this would be a beautiful way of kind of encompassing, goddess. And then some people talk about ascended masters that connecting with with women, with the feminine energy, angels. So I just thought the sacred feminine would kind of incorporate, all of it for now. So, but yeah, so we can kind of look at our readings today as messages for new growth, new beginnings. And we have our first hello, Janet. I didn't see you until just now. So Janet DC would like a reading. So anybody, if you would like one, just put that big old me in the chat and I shall see it. And I'm going to do a quick sip. Oh, I got a yummy cup of tea from my honey today that's got honey in it. So
honey from your honey.
Honey from my honey. All righty. Ooh. Oh, she just jumped right out. And Lexi says, Nancy, I need that hoodie. Several people are saying, yep, that I know, Mozzie. I do what I want. Yes. And Nancy, is that flow on your hoodie?
Is that what?
Flow? I don't know what that means.
No, I think it's I do what I want. I don't know. Flow is
FLOW?
Is that the name of a cat?
I don't know. Let us know, Pamela.
I don't know. Alexa has got the most gorgeous hoodies. My goodness, this one is humble compared to her hoodies. Oh my goodness.
And we have Carolina here. That's Aquarius Tarot Adventures. Hello, Carolina. Oh, I'm going to mute myself. So is that so noisy?
Well, let's see. Janet, I have 3 cards for you. I think we're reading for you, right? Yeah, Right. Okay. There are three cards of advice for this spring season. Um, the first one that I drew is to seek wonder, and I love this because I absolutely love dragonflies, and I feel a very very close connection to dragonflies, and they represent new life and new beginnings and spirituality. And so, one of the important things is to seek wonder every day. I mean, look at ordinary things through the eyes of a child, and there is wonder all around you. The next card that I got for you, Janet, is embrace a new idea, and that's important for our growth. To do things that are different, to bring new things into our life. And from the secret language of color, I chose the card that came out for you is number 44, lavender. Connect to body, mind, and soul. And so those are three good things for you to think about doing this spring. And I love lavender. I love the way it smells. I love the way it looks, and I love growing it. And that's what I have for you.
All righty. So let's see. People saying hi to each other. Janet said that hoodie is the feline motto. It sure is. Let me tell you. So, Janet, let's come down here. Oh, and Carolina says she loves those red glasses.
Oh,
And
thank you.
Janet says those are excellent cards. I'm feeling inspired.
Good.
That's what we want to hear. So, Janet, your goddess card that flew right out the minute I started shuffling is Pele. And so, Pele here, I follow my passion and act with honor and integrity. So, this spring, while the Earth Mother and all of the goddesses associated are starting to awaken all those beautiful flowers and new ideas and new growth and new beginnings, Pele is giving you that extra little fire, and she's showing you that it's all in your hands. You have that divine spark, that fire, that passion to ignite whatever you want to start that's new. It's that energy to spark that new growth, and she is all about growth. She destroys, but she also creates new land also in her place. So not only is she a destroyer goddess, getting rid of what is old and no longer need is what we need, she also rebirths new land, which will provide new sustenance for plants and animals. And so she's like reminding you have that power. I just love that, just that fire right in her
Beautiful.
hands. And so
Beautiful.
your seeds from the sacred feminine is let yourself rage, howl, and wail. So it feels like, in looking at some of your tarot cards here, there have been some emotions and things that you've been going through. Um, and with this fiery Pele energy, I love that too, because Pele is about fire, explosion, igniting, bursting forth. So taking that Pele energy too of aggression and and letting that those emotions, rage, howl, wail, express yourself, express your emotions. Of course, in a healthy manner, but just letting that all out, honoring those emotions, feeling those tears, feeling that anger, and not being afraid of expressing that. Because the more we contain emotions like that within us, the more it makes us sick. And looking at your tarot cards, I have the Nine of Wands. So there is been some. It's been a hard, long road, but you are still standing. To me, this card is about resiliency and hanging in there And even though some days we might feel, battered or bruised from past, experiences that we are allowed to rage, howl, and wail against, um, it shows just how resilient and strong we are. You also got the Seven of Swords. So it's, whether this was something in your recent past that you felt like something was taken from you, that was stolen from you. We can kind of look at this now and saying, well, you are taking what is rightfully yours. You are taking what is right for you, the healthy thoughts, the positive communication, and leaving behind what no longer serves you. So we can look at that card in that way as well. And I have the Knight of Swords. So that rushing in, that bluntness. It's a fast moving knight. Even though in this artwork here it's not really moving very fast, the Knight of Swords is that knight that, gets to the point, that can be very blunt, can kind of hurt with words. So this could be referring to this past energy of, you felt like somebody might have stolen your dreams, or felt like they had taken something from you. Kind of like taking your voice away, because the swords are about communication. That's our throat chakra. That's where we express ourselves. So if this resonates with you as somebody who had rushed in and had said something that, or said and or communicated or did to you, that you felt like you had lost or had something stolen from you, your voice, you have that passion, you have Paley behind you, you have everything that you need. And I love this pentacle in here, because the pentacle is all of the elements inside one. You have the fire, it's like the magician card, really. You have all the tools. You have the fire, the air, the water, the earth, and in the middle you have that spirit that's sustaining you. And your last two are tiles, and these are just beautiful ones to finish your reading, Janet. I have overall energy, here we go, Ace of Cups. Beautiful outpouring of emotions. Again, letting yourself rage, howl, wail, cry, working through those emotions, feeling the happy, feeling the sad, and just honoring your emotions. You are allowed to have them. And just now with this new spring, new growth, just moving forward and just having that feeling, that emotional excitement of brand new things coming in, trusting your intuition more, tapping into your emotions, starting to maybe explore artistic endeavors. Cups here are related to arts as well, tapping into that ability, that energy, that raw emotion to help us create. And the top tile, I should say, Six of Wands, celebration, success, and you rising above and moving forward. So beautiful readings, Janet. Thank you for letting Nancy and I read for you. And I'm just going to put all of my cards back into their proper pile so they don't get mixed up. And we'll take a looky at chat to see if anybody else had requested. So,
I think inner knowing wanted,
mm-hmm. I
but I
got you,
didn't. I
Inner
didn't see
Knowing.
any. I didn't see anybody else.
So let's see.
Okay.
Haley will be a fiery ally to my raging, howling, and yes, she is there. Saying she's with you. And like with the goddess today with Eostre, she's bringing up that dawn. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. Let that fiery energy of that rising sun and her. I mean, she walks where she walks, new life blooms. So whatever you just even kind of thinking, if it's anger or tears and that you're crying, think of that, those tears falling, entering the earth mother and assisting oyster in nurturing and giving them moisture and sustenance for them to grow. Just beautiful. And even what we consider negative emotions, the anger, the pain, um, just giving that to the earth for her to transform, to transmute it. So really beautiful readings, Janet. I love that. And those tarot cards do make sense. All the cards are spot on. Well, thank you. And she says, thank you, ladies. And yes, Hannah. I'm going to actually do Hannah next, because Hannah's a little bit ahead in time in Germany. So,
Okay.
and Pamela, I got you too, my dear.
Okay.
So Hannah will be next. Hannah, it's what, over out 10:30, 11 o'clock where you are. So thank you for being with us every week. Nancy and I appreciate you supporting us like that. That's very nice of you. And so I'm going to mute so that my tile rattling. And I know, knowing those tiles are beautiful. I love them. Thanks to mostly to my Jackie. She was the main provider to help me get those. So if you're watching later, Jackie, again, thank you.
Hannah, I got 3 really beautiful cards for you. The first one is the High Priestess, and this is a deck of goddesses, and it's I lift the veils of ignorance and darkness. And I love that. It looks like she's got, to me, that looks like peacock wings inside her beautiful gown. I don't know, that's what it looks like to me. But lifting the veil of ignorance and darkness. The second one is to heed your wisdom, to realize how wise you are and what you have learned so far on your journey, and to acknowledge your wisdom to yourself, and I'm sure that others around you see this wisdom, and as we age and season, we do become wiser because of all the things that we've learned in our life so far. And the final card for you for springtime is to go into nature. And I love that for you because, I don't know, there is something about being out in nature that is so restorative. It heals us, it helps to ground us, and it kind of makes us who we truly are when we're not all messed up by all the clamor and all that. So I love that for you. That's what I have for you.
Very nice. I want to look up something here. And Hannah says, beautiful card. And it's actually 11:30 at her time.
Oh.
So, all righty, Hannah. Let's start with your goddess card. Every breath replenishes my soul and helps me to regenerate. How perfect is that for spring?
Wow.
And you have the goddess. Here, let me take this down. Kodalaku or Quay. I've heard Kodalaku, and I believe Selena also said Kodalakwe. So she is, a death goddess as well, but she also is a bearer of the snakes, and the snakes are known for rebirth, transmutation, shedding of the skin. So this is a really beautiful card of transmuting the souls, your souls. Well, this is interesting, Hannah. Transmuting and reconfiguring, kind of like a blueprint, a current energy that's been going on for you. I would say probably around a year. So this, I'm just kind of sharing with you what I'm getting. I'm trusting with that. And so the Sacred Seeds card is letting your waters flow. And again, about replenishing. So regenerating, shedding what is no longer, and now reconfiguring. For me, it feels like a very spiritual path, and you're finding ways of how you can replenish, nurture your life, yourself, and I just love, I mean, her cards are so intricate. And I love the turtles too because the turtles are turtle mothers. So what you give to, like with Janet's reading, whatever sadness or even happiness, um, the giving of water, emotions to the earth for her to transform. And it also reminds me like cells, almost like blood cells, energy cells within the mother as well. And the turtle having that strong shell, being able to protect and withstand. So just really beautiful cards, and I hope that resonates. Um, from the tarot, I have the star card on the top for you. So again, there's another war bear. In your other card, you had let the waters flow, and she's holding her vase of water. And in this tarot, she is also dipping her vases into the water and about just keeping. And oh my God, Hannah, look at this. These look like stars as well. So it's just two beautiful cards of um, getting in touch with your intuition. Start working with the healing of water. Um, because I don't know if you ever heard Dr. Emoto. I think it was Dr. I know his last name was Emoto. I can't remember his first name. He's passed away, but he did the study of where we put emotions into water and into snowflakes, and he would photograph on a high level, and they would show how broken and distorted when negative emotions were set into the water, whereas positive would make beautiful crystalline structures and improve the quality of water. Energy healing like Reiki can do that as well. But okay, re-energizing the water too. When you go to drink water, visualizing healing energy going into that water and purifying that for your highest good. And so let me grab your other tarot. Your overall energy, underlying energy, is the Seven of Wands. So there has been possibly you having to set some boundaries, standing up for oneself. Um, and by doing that you make an example. You show that you are an example to others. But for me, this feels more like these are my boundaries. This is what I'm doing. This is what I need to do to keep myself healthy, to be able to move forward with this growth and rebirth and exploration of your abilities and your intuition and your gifts. um, your tiles are I got the I got the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is also about creativity. It's connecting again, speaking with that fish. What, or to me, it can feel like the fish too, asking your guides, how can I, or your higher self, how can I receive that divine wisdom? Um, And it says here, fresh inspiration, curiosity, and possibility. This is that beautiful. So, yes, the pages, perfect. We're going into spring. The pages are the youthfulness, the childlike wonder. So, moving into this new spring, this is what you are exploring, or they're encouraging you to explore. And the fish is about, also kind of like granting wishes. So, just really connecting with that and putting that on the universe, what it is that you want to accomplish. And the other tile that you got is the Knight of Pentacles. It may take some slowing, it may take some time, but just know that this is the slow moving suit. So this night is going to take its time. It's going to explore possibilities. It's not going to rush into anything. And just know that this is all going to come at your pace. um, and you'll know when to be able to keep up that pace. Kind of like they know when to hold them, when to fold them. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Hannah. I hope that helped. And I saw Allison had left a comment, so let me get my cards all back into their proper piles. And hopefully you guys don't hear all the conversation going outside the door. I apologize, but our boxes are being
No,
delivered.
I don't think we can hear it, but I wanted to tell Allison that there's also a deck, whoop,
Mm-hmm.
by him with And on the back of the cards is what the ice particles mean. And that we can talk to our water and
Under a
to
microscope.
be healing.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think
And,
Shan still has that book, or he donated it. But
I have several of his books. I really got, and I gifted his books one Christmas to everybody. Fascinating.
Nancy, take it away for a second.
Well, it seems like I keep doing that, right? This is a very interesting deck. This crystal right here means rainforest. Isn't that amazing? And on creativity, this is right brain Hado. So if you're interested in his work, I think that you would really enjoy this deck.
Sorry, the gentleman that's helping us move and get rid of our big stuff for donations to charity and stuff had to come in and take a look really quick to see what we had. So thank you, everybody, for Nancy for being patient, and everybody in chat for being patient.
Sure. Are we doing inner knowing next? Or Pamela?
I don't know. Let me get myself reconfigured because I got all discombobulated with all that just now. Let me just come on, stop it. Oh my goodness. We're still in Mercury retrograde, aren't we? Things aren't working. Okay, so let me make sure. Reconfiguration. Okay. Hannah says, doing it all on my terms in a creative, mindful way. I love how you said mindful. I often see Page Cups as my significator. Perfect. I love that. And Inner Knowing says, wow, great deck, Nancy. Yes, we have one of his books. Really beautiful. It's amazing. So let me go ahead into our requests here. And so let me take Janet out. And yes, we do have Inner Knowing next.
Okay. Inner Knowing, I have 4 cards for you. The first one is the Wheel of Fortune, and this goddess says, there are infinite numbers of possibilities in my life. Isn't that beautiful?
That's a gorgeous card.
In this deck, all the goddesses are just dressed to the nines. They look so good. It's interesting because all the cards are about you. This is know yourself. And along with that is the card from the let's see, what is this? The Sacred Seeds of the Sacred Feminine. This one is stand barefoot on the earth, and it looks like that she's out in the forest or whatever. But I love this stand barefoot on the earth because I love to do that. And the final card is orange, and it's nurture yourself. And this is so important, and we don't do that. Are you talking about this deck? I'm not sure. This deck is let me get the
Bobby Boo,
the box here. It is affirmations for everyday goddesses. It's a very old deck.
She said yes.
Print. Yeah, it may be out of print, but I got mine on eBay. So I think they're beautiful. And it has a little book. It has a little book that goes with it, and explains. It has like exercise for your perfect day, for tarot practitioners cultivating new card spreads and things like that. My book is water damage because, like I said, it was used and it's really old. But I was happy to get it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Are you all set, Nancy?
I am all set.
Okay. So, Allison, Heather, do you have a beautiful? Allison, they're in my art bag. I had nowhere else to put them. I do have that skirt that I mean to get to you at some point. When I can ship it, I'll probably have to ship it to you once we get to Oregon later. I'm going to say this month because tomorrow's the first already. But then I just saw, I send you a bag ASAP. Okay, I'll take whatever. I love how Allison sews. She makes amazing bags and stuff. So, yeah, I would love a bag, and there's 78 tiles, so it's got to be a substantial bag, Allison. I had a couple, that I thought would hold them, but all together they really take up a lot of room. But yeah, I want to make sure I have a bag and something that's soft and keeps them nice and protected and everything. So
I would like to say that we love Bobby back.
yes, Bobby popped in and said hello. Mwah, Bobby Boo, how's it going? Give me some measurements later. Okies. So, inner knowing. The goddess that you got is Vesta. And I love how this, just connects with everything. So Vesta is, I let the generosity of my spirit warm those whom I meet. And Vesta is known as a goddess of the home and hearth. She, it's that welcoming, nurturing mother, and like, oh, come on in, let me make you something to eat. Are you hungry, my dear? That kind of warm, encompassing energy. And sometimes our hearth, our home, can refer to our bodies as well. Our bodies are our temples, our homes. Um, it's people talk about it being a meat suit. For me, it feels more like our bones and how we are made. We are so more beyond what we call a meat suit. We contain the stars of the universe. We contain everything that makes the universe within our bodies. And what card comes next, I absolutely love, and it's from the seeds from the sacred feminine wisdom cards, is honor your body. So these two cards together feels like honoring. You honor those who come into your home, but make sure to honor those who come into your inner temple, your inner space. And sometimes to honor our bodies is to make sure not just what we eat and what we drink, but the people that we let into our circle, the things that we allow people to say or do to us, creating those healthy boundaries. What Hannah said before about being mindful and just making sure that we create a place for our souls, for our spirit walk, to be able to do what it is that we're supposed to do here. Now, with your tarot cards, your overall underlying energy is the moon. And so, again, honoring your body. So, with the moon cycles, noticing how your body feels. Do you need more or less sleep during new moons, full moons? We just had a new moon in a solar eclipse. And for some people, it was energizing. It was, some people felt like they ascended, while some felt anxiety, and some felt like restless and having a lot of dreams. So really paying attention to the moon phases, trusting your intuition, reconnecting with your divine feminine self, and not being afraid of her showing you, shining her light into those recesses that we may be afraid of. Again, this is all about honoring our bodies. So when we're able to do that, and with the moon affects our bodies as well because of the water content. So just really paying attention to how the moon affects our bodies, especially if us women, if we're still having a period, to noticing how the moon affects when we go into our cycles, and how the moon and its phases affects our cycles and how we feel, and being able to take time to honor that as well. And your top card is the Two of Swords. So there's something to do with a decision that needs to be made. And this could very well have to do with your home, your hearth, your health. So a decision that needs to be made. But again, not being afraid of letting the moon show you maybe insights. And also too, with the Two of Swords, she's typically shown with her blindfold. So again, using your intuition, using the moon, the energy, tapping into that and allowing that intuition to listen, to get mindful, to meditate, to be able to help you make those meditations. And your tiles, we can't forget the tiles. We have something wonderful coming in inner knowing. I have the Ace of Pentacles. Something is coming in, being handed your way. And again, it's a pentacle, it's connected to the earth. And so, again, honoring your body, honoring the earth, something positive is coming your way. Something good news is like the word good news came into my head. And the bottom overline on underlying energy is the Nine of Pentacles. And there you are in your garden, my dear. This is things that you have worked for, that you are proud of. This is what you have accomplished, and now you can enjoy the fruits of your accomplishments. And Jonathan Daly would be so happy to know that we got the little snail. The snail is in the tile. So, yeah, and with the peregrine falcon too, they're messengers. So if you see, hawks anytime soon, know that there's another message from spirit coming to you. And that's what I have for you, inner knowing. Thank you.
Heather, what tarot deck are you using? Not the tiles, but the other tarot deck.
This one here, this
Mhm.
is the crystal tarot.
Oh, okay. The pictures are beautiful.
Yeah, I know pip decks aren't everybody's, cup of tea, but the color is the same kind of colors I love to use in my artwork. And when I
Mm-hmm.
saw this, it was like, oh, I have to have this. So yeah, I really get inspired too. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, yes. I mean, the Ace of Pentacles. And I, of course, too, with spring and new regrowth, it's leading you right through that path and through that beautiful gateway. So, yeah,
Mm.
be open to something coming in. And she's got that falcon. So, that falcon message coming in to you, my dear. So, peregrine. I was trying to remember that word the other day. Yep. Hello, CB. CB, I will add you. I don't know if we will have time, but let me go ahead and add. I just want to make sure that Nancy is okay with time and with energy. And Pamela, are you still here, my dear? You are next.
She has tile envy. Did you see that?
I saw that. So CB, just hang on tight there, and we'll see how we are after this last read. And I want to make sure because Nancy's just getting over a cold and stuff, and she's got things with family, so I want to make sure she's good
Yeah.
before
Well,
I.
one more after Pam, and
One more after Pam. Okay, so
yeah.
CB, you will be our last reading then, my dear.
Okay.
And she says, "I'm
Yeah.
here."
um, Pam, the first card that I got for you is "Remember Who You Are," and that pretty much says it all, you know. But it's not. I think it's who you are, but it's all that you are, also. And it's important for us to really remember all that we've gone through and the things in our lives that have made us the person that we are today. Um, the second card I got for you is amber. I have a amber ring. I love amber. It's so ancient, and this is awaken your creativity. I think that's beautiful. Um, the next card from the Seeds of the Sacred Feminine are Smile at a Stranger. This is important because, that shows the light that you have within. And when we smile at a stranger, like when we're in the market or, at the gas station or, just whatever, you may be the only person that smiles at them that they don't know during a day. And to me, it's very, very important. And Okay. Just got a message from my daughter. Surgery went well and she is in recovery.
Yay. So really quick, Nancy, for people who came in a little bit later, Nancy's granddaughter, Freya, had to go in for surgery. So if
Yeah.
we can all send healing energy for a
Yeah.
nice, soft, healing, gentle recovery, that would be
Yes.
great. Thank you.
Yes. And the final card that I got for you, Pam, is Justice, this goddess. And it says, I am truthful with others and myself and take full responsibility for my choices. And that is part of remembering who you are, I think. Very important. Thank you.
And R2 has spoken.
Yes, that's my daughter.
Mhm. So, Pamela, it's been a while since I've gotten to read for you. Wonderful. You got Kali, girl. And I love that what it says here for Kali on in this deck, and especially because we just had, the spring equinox just about a week or two ago, and that was, when, the day and the night are equal. We're in the season where, there's still a relative balance between the light and the dark. And it says here on Kali, I embrace the light and dark. Together they make me whole. So this spring season, new growth, becoming, working on towards becoming whole, not being afraid of destroying what was no longer useful to you, um, leaving things behind in the quake, and moving into a more balanced, um, equilibrium. Is, I was trying to find a word, and equilibrium came in. And so, with her skulls around her neck, about, the death, death and rebirth. So this is the perfect time that we have for, renewal, rebirth. Kali, and Kali, some really potent energy. Anybody ever works with Kali, be sure you know that you are prepared and committed to do that. I had a friend who wanted to work with her, kind of took it lightly, and she kind of got her butt kicked. So it was just like, don't work with Kali unless you really are committed to working with Kali. Your seeds from the sacred feminine is going into nature. And so, going again into nature, um, it's becoming spring now. We get to go out more. Being able to, I've had friends tell me, why do you want to still go out to the parks yet and draw on stuff? The trees are bare. There's nothing out there. And I mean, go out there in nature. There's plenty out there. The trees, the shapes of their limbs, the way the light plays through them, the shadows they create. There's still, there's the water is still, whether flowing or there's ice jams or ice floats. That's still nature. That's beautiful. It's moving. So there's always some way we can go out into nature, the fresh air, connecting to the ground as we're walking, feeling, the sun on our faces, or if it's raining like it was today, feeling that beautiful rain just cleansing you. So, yes, definitely going into nature, which I think is going to be important because your top card, Pamela, is the Four of Chalices or the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is kind of like that, kind of sitting back and having, all the, three other cups ahead of us, but kind of missing that other one that's behind us. And so we might feel apathetic, lethargic, kind of like, I don't know if I really, but this going out into nature can help us snap out of that. And your overall line energy is beautiful. You got the Three of Pentacles. So a lot of beautiful collaborations going on, working together. And I think too, this is with your spirit guides, um, with nature, working in tandem with each other and getting reconnected. And your tiles, um, you get the Ten of Swords. So there was recently something that might have come full circle where you just kind of hit rock bottom, and it was just like, okay, I'm done, but now it's time to pull out the swords, to get up on your feet. um I did also get the Justice tile, and so there is again a need. Light and whole, but light and dark make me whole. There's the balance again. the balance of, and this could represent, I don't know, Pamela, if you're Libra or if you know somebody in your life who's a Libra that's helping you through this, but this is also that tile of fairness, balance, regaining again that sense of equilibrium. And I did get the Knight of Wands, so very fast moving energy, creativity. That tonight, ready to move. It's about action. So I like this because instead of the Four of Cups being kind of stalemate, feeling apathetic, lethargic, now we got this Knight of Wands. So something's coming in and it's going to energize you to pick up that wand and to move ahead. So that is what I have for you, Pamela. I hope that helped. Hi, Peace Mama. Kali, all power, taking names. Yes, she does. What a beautiful description of winter. I see art and beauty, everything in nature. It's not hard. It's kind of like you got to get out of your way. You got to get out of your head and see things. And Pamela says, I got the Four of Cups this morning. You did. Nature nurtures emotional balance. I love it. Thank you, Heather. Oh, I were the Ten of Swords. Okay. I love those tiles. It's my drama queen card. Okay. All righty. And for our last reading, Nancy, do you have cards already for CB?
I do. And I love these cards. The first one that came out for you, CB, is Guard Your Inner Child. And I love this card because, a lot of times we don't think about our inner child. And, our inner child is still there and it's watching us as we grow and as we go about our day. And our inner child is very, very wise because she's close to our higher self. And sometimes our inner child needs healing. And when we heal our inner child, it's part of the process of healing our ancestors. And so it's very, very important work. The goddess card that you got was the Chariot. I wisely use my personal power and the power of choice to do my good work in the world. And I love that, to do your good work in the world. And she's moving forward with that. It's a beautiful card, isn't it? Mm-hmm. The next one kind of goes with the last card. It is the card of being still. We don't do enough of being still because it's so important that we're quiet and we listen to our inner knowing and we open ourselves to communication from spirit. And that is so, so important. The final card is the color of magenta. Connect to your deepest inner knowing. And that, that also has to do with your inner child and your higher self. And when you're still, you can do that connection. And that's what I have for you.
I was just typing a thank you to Peace Mama. Did you see what she said? I always learn so much from the show, you ladies, and such wonderful souls in this chat. Blessings to all.
We have the bestest chatters, don't we?
We do. So, CB, you got the goddess Hel. And, again, Christianity had to find some way of connecting their mythology to, the goddess and the pagan. And so they decided to base their Hel on with a goddess, except she spells hers with one L instead of two. But Allison, check out this card if you're able to look up and see it. I absolutely love this, the way they represented her on here. She's the queen of the lower realms. She is, the I don't say the creatrix. She's not creating. She's the like the cauldron when you stir and you bring and you rejuvenate. It's almost kind of like, yeah, to me, she's like a rejuvenating, even though her name is Hell, and she shows her bones and skeletons. But I absolutely love this. Each challenge helps me to grow and step into my power. So kind of like Ainana too, whenever we feel like we're down or we're brought down, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, we have the power to rebirth ourselves. And I love how she reminds us that, as we're as we're walking the earth, we have the power pretty much to forge our own path. And with the bones, it reminds us of what we will return to after we're done, and we go back to her to be regenerated, rejuvenated, and if we so choose, to come back into another incarnation. Um, so I am going to, okay, let's go to the tarot instead next. So your top card was the Ten of Chalices. And this is that wonderful energy. It's a celebration, it's happiness, it's overflowing. There's something extremely positive either that's going on or is coming up for you. And when I look at this other card here from the Seeds from the Sacred Feminine, I have embraced a new idea. So I feel like this 10 of Swords, excuse me, 10 of Cups is something that is this new idea that you are embracing is bringing you a lot of excitement, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. And this has all come through um, self-reflection. Your overall energy below is the Hermit, and so a lot of this reflection, I think, brought you to this place of this new idea and this beautiful overflowing of emotions, like not being able to wait to get started, or you're in the process of all this coming to you to fruition. And this has come to you through the help of this energy of this goddess. Many challenges, and stepping into your power. This is about growth. This is about new beginnings. And your tiles are very interesting. Now, with this new idea, make sure how much of this new idea that you share with others. Because sometimes there are some folks who kind of become envious or they feel jaded when they see other people having something good come to them. And sometimes they may not even intentionally put out negative energy. So if there's something that you are starting to embrace, it feels like you may want to keep some of this to yourself at the moment. I did get the Seven of Swords, and we don't want someone to either steal or try to take away your joy or the idea that you have if you start going and sharing it to with everybody. Certain people you can, yes. I did get the Page of Wands, and I love the Page of Wands because to me this is representing you. This is you have you're holding on to that wands, a page. It's new. They're young. There's this new energy. There's this new idea. There's new creativity. There's a lot of motivation coming forward, and you are like grasping on this, and you're ready to run with it. You're ready to take it to the next level. But just beware of really kind of how much and to whom that you share um, the ideas with, because again sometimes people can do it to intentionally be hurtful, and some can just put that energy out there that kind of detracts or brings down that energy. But whatever it is, keep embracing this new energy, this new idea, whatever it is. I'm excited for you, CB. So that's what I have for you.
Mm.
Share in the future if you can, and let us know if how any of these everybody's readings, if any of these cards play out and how they resonate. Nancy and I would love to know.
Mm-hmm.
Love to know that.
Yes, yes.
So CB said, "Thank you, ladies. This was perfect. Every word made sense. Well, you are wonderful." And Garnet made it. Where's
Yes,
Garnet?
Garnet is here. He says the sweetest things.
The world is my Nancy. Aww. Let's see. I know I promised saying hi to some here. Oh, we know, Karen. You're a mama. You got twins, girl.
Oh, good. Yes, I don't know. I
Okay.
just just 30 minutes of her life makes me tired.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got that energy. It's
But
yeah.
they are so precious. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. She's got the most beautiful children.
She
Mm.
does. And oh, thank you, Garnet. That's so sweet. And Jen Will, hello. This is my first time joining in on the Sacred
Oh.
Feminine Within. Well, thank you, Jen. I wish you had could gotten here a little sooner because Nancy and I are wrapping it up, but we
Oh.
are here every Monday at 5. Sometimes we adjust the times for guests that would like to be on our channel. But
Mm-hmm.
we look forward to having you join us again in chat. And I was telling Karen too, privately through WhatsApp, that she just celebrated her first year channelversary, and the growth and the insight and the knowledge that she has gained in that short period of time with not just her astrology, but with her readings in general, and how
Yeah.
she shares her insights into cards and looking at them and the
She has the most
suits and the
beautiful
imagery.
energy.
Mm-hmm. And of course, my fellow poetess, So yeah, lots of growth. And Pamela said, "This is such a lovely place." Oh, thank you, Pam. Thanks, Nancy and Heather and everyone for the messages. Now, Miss Nancy, oh, she is my religion, Van Morrison.
Yeah.
So, Nancy, do you got something coming up? Would you like to share? Because you've
I
had a
don't
busy
have,
couple
well,
days.
I tell you, I do have something coming up. It is on, I think, let me look at the date. It is on, I have it on the notes of my, it is Sunday, April 6th. Uh, um, Athena, Athena Grace Soul Whisper.
Oh, Althea.
Althea, I'm sorry, Althea Grace. My
Althea
mind is all
Grace.
over the place. Um, she is starting a new series with Lexi and I. We are three crones, and it's called The Sisterhood of Seasons. And it's going to be the afternoon. I think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday the 6th. And so I hope to see you all there. We are going to impart the wisdom of the crones.
Ooh, so if you want to get a good dose of crone wisdom, there you go.
Yeah,
Crone
boy.
energy. Tomorrow I am really excited. Jackie's Crystal Moon, and I will be starting our holding court where we will be studying and discussing each court card one at a time. And
Mm,
tomorrow we are starting with the Page of Pentacles, and that will be 2 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be 7 p.m. Ireland time, GMT. So we're
okay.
really excited. And you're free on Sunday? Well, okay, then you're going to hear this first. This coming Sunday, then, on my channel, Karen and I will be back for a night of poetry, Mystic
Oh,
Poet
wonderful.
Society.
I love that. I
So
love
I'm trying to get as many little shows here and there as I can in before I have to cancel my internet, which will be in a couple of weeks. So yes, excited. And then so Jackie and I tomorrow at 2, Allison and I back on Friday night at 8 p.m. and then Karen and I
Mhm.
on Sunday. So
Awesome.
yes, yes, yes. And Garnet sharing some more lyrics. I saw you shining in the sun this morning. Ancient of Days, Van the Man. Yes.
And the man.
And Alice, I love the Poet Society show. Me too. I love it.
I
And
do. I
so
do.
we'll have to reach out, Karen, see maybe we can maybe get Ramon to join us, or maybe Miss. Oh, I'll talk to Nancy backstage. We'll see. So everybody,
Yawning away here. I just.
we gotta let Miss Nancy go. So everybody, thank you for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and a really good week. And we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everybody.